So it's been a while since I made a video, or at least an in-depth video on my hair, and I was like, you know, I've learned a lot over the years. I know what works for my hair and what doesn't. Why not share that with the world? So this is what I'm bringing to you guys today. This is my curly hair routine. Okay, so I just finished washing my hair. I'm first gonna walk through the products that I use because I think that's important. So this is the day of the month where I'm actually clarifying my hair. So today I used clarifying shampoo, conditioner, and then a deep conditioner. Once a month I also do a gloss, but that wasn't today. So anyways, so the first thing I used was actually this clarifying shampoo by As I Am. It has coconut, amla, tangerine, whatever. Use this once, maybe twice a month. This is actually going to clean your scalp. So you have to remember, your hair is growing from your scalp, and your scalp is its own, you know, environment, like skin environment, and you need to take care of it, because the regular shampoo that you're going to use is not going to clean off everything. It never does. You need to clarify your hair to get all the oil and buildup off, and then you put the hydrating shampoo on after, and do that once a month. So once a month for this, and then this could be whenever you need to wash your hair. This is the shampoo I use. This is the Redken shampoo. This shampoo is a little bit pricier. I think this is a professional grade shampoo. You need to invest in the hair products. Don't just only get stuff from the drugstore because it's cheap. If you want cheap things, you get cheap results. Now, there are drugstore products that work really well, where they actually do give you good results. But for your hair, if you really want your hair to be like healthy and stuff like that, just invest in the professional grade stuff, because it'll go a long way, and it did. I actually used the conditioner that complements this, but I ran out. And on the fly, I need something, so I got this. This one works really good. It's not too expensive. I think, what is it, around 20 bucks. And to deep condition, I also got this the same time I got this one, is the Ava New York deep conditioner. I didn't go into buying this like with too much like thought. I knew Ava New York is pretty good, and I need something that didn't have sulfates and everything. So yeah, so this was good. My hair is dripping. One, we're gonna need two tools. We're going to need some type of claw clip, and then I use this bounce curl brush that has like the edges tailored towards shaping the hair, and this wide tooth comb, I use this for detangling. Also, I need water. This is where the moisture comes in. The moisture is not from oil or butters. The moisture is from hydrating with water. Hydra. And I'm going to show you the products as I go along. I don't really like the look of having like a defined part. I don't mind a middle part sometimes. I actually was rocking a middle part the last few days. But I generally like the no part look. So I take the hair that's on the crown of my head. And mind you, you don't need to be precise here. I don't like to be precise with my hair all the time because I like that natural rustic look. I don't know if rustic was the right word, but whatever. Okay, so I'm gonna take the hair that's on top. Look, see? It does not matter if the line is straight. If your hair is curly, actually this is a curly hair video, so I assume your hair is curly. If your hair is curly, that organicness is gonna do justice. So I usually style my hair in two sections, and then I kind of do mini sections within that. So let's first twist thy hair and then kind of tuck it away. We're not gonna work on this side yet. No. So we're just gonna work on this side. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now is, my hair is wet, but it needs to be soaking. So I'm going to take this whole section. I start on the inside here because my hair is a little drier on the inside. So spray inside, a little bit on top, and then work your way down. You know, there really doesn't need to be a technique to spraying your hair. I'm just being precise. And then look, I grab pieces of the back and then do the same thing. And now I'm going to comb it through with the wide tooth comb. My hair was pretty detangled before, that's why I started so high. But usually, in general, like detangle from the bottom and then work your way up is the way to go. Okay, so first product, and this product is gonna go all over this section. This is my favorite leave-in conditioner. I bought multiple of these at this point. This is a little pricey, and again, like I was saying before, invest in your hair care if you need to. And I recommend it because once I did that, I feel like my hair was just better overall. Anti-frizz, defines curls. I got it from Christo's Fifth Avenue. It's a hair salon in New York City. It's on 35th, I believe. West 35th. Amazing. This is 32 ounces. This is about $92 with tax, like $104. But it's worth it. You know, it's worth it. And it has like plants in it. I put a good amount. And then I just put that, I focus on the ends or like the middle to the ends. And then I work my way up. And also look, this part of my hair, this section, is a little bit drier, like on the inside. So I make sure to hyper focus a little bit on that. And another thing, I make sure that I get the roots really well, not to weigh down the hair necessarily, but I just don't like the look of like having like a puffier root and then like the ends are defined. Like keep it consistent, you know. Even like I'll pull out parts that feel a little dry and really like work that in like this. Also the top, gotta make sure you get the top. Next thing, this is mousse. Now I know like some people may say, oh, like you're putting mousse in your hair, like that dries out curly hair or whatever, but this one's meant for curly hair. Curl Perfecting Mousse. It's by Design Essentials. And what I love about Design Essentials is like their mousses are not drying like other ones. Like it's very moisturizing. Again, make sure you get all the dry parts of your hair and get the roots too. And look, see? This is one thing I like to do. Smooth down the tops because sometimes we miss that and then it gets frizzy and we don't really notice it until we dry our hair. So we have to make sure we are prepping our hair while it's wet to almost look and function the same when it's dry. Like when your hair is frizzy, when it's wet, it's gonna dry even frizzier, you know, that type of thing. Comb everything through. My hair comes all the way down to here. Oh, you can't even see it. Whatever. If you have different textures in your hair and you know that there's certain parts of your hair that require more attention, just take the time and do it. So for example, look. Like I said, right behind my ears, this part is a little drier. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start finger coiling it because I want this section of my hair to behave. Because I want this section of my hair to behave properly, I'm going to make sure that I put it in the best position to succeed. Here's another thing I look out for. I don't want my hair to clump in too big of a curl. So for example, my hair's wet, whatever. I am not going to let this dry as is because look, the roots, this part is going to get too big and puffy and then the ends are going to be like this. I need to break this up a little bit. You see how I could break this into 3 and just go down like that? The curl is going to be more consistent from the root to the ends of your hair. And that's what you want. Because I personally think that even if your hair comes out a little flat, it's easier to go from flat to like more volume versus the other way down, you know? Same thing. And this is pretty much what I do. I don't always use this for the body of my hair. I usually use it for the top. I just think like you could be more precise with how you actually want your curls. Okay, so like this, let me just do one of these. Okay, curl, curl, curl. So this side is done. I have this B-Girl custard. B-Girl custard. B-Girl honey curl custard. God damn. And It acts like a gel. I think it works really well. However, the way I've been using it recently was more of, I use it after I dry my hair a little bit because, I don't know, I feel like, I'm not gonna lie to you, I think my old-fashioned, like, got2b glue holds my hair a lot better than this. This would hold my hair good in the interim, but it doesn't like last that long. This one holds really well and it lasts long. And then I would go in with this to like, like in the end you may have some ends that's a little frizzy. Use this to like touch up and then it will like hold it good. That's how I've been using that, but this is also good. Anywho, I only use about this much gel. Or at least on like one side of my hair when it's wet. Put that in your hair. Nice and calm, nice and easy. And I make sure to put some at the roots and also for the back. I feel like we neglect the back of our hair sometimes. I'm gonna twist my hair now. And then I'm going to tie this up. And that's gonna stay there as I do the other side. So I'm gonna do this side and then we'll be back. Okay, we're back. Alright, so we have both sides done. Last but not least, we need to do the crown. And I feel like depending on how you do the crown of your head, it's going to dictate like the personality you're about to give with your hair. So remember we sectioned off this one. Oh my god, that smells great. So same thing as last time, I'm going to add some of the leave-in. Going to put about 1.5 pumps. And I try to get the roots, try to make sure I calm as much frizz as possible. So what I do here is, this is how I style. I take all the hair and I see in the mirror, okay, where's the back? I take the pointy part of this brush. You do not need to use this brush. Anything that's pointy or that you use to section your hair will be fine. I take that and then I just run it through. And I go section by section. Now, I'm aware that I didn't go all the way down. That is fine. That is perfectly fine. Because we want something that looks organic, you know? So you start the roots. And then press down. You need to have some tension in your hair. And release. Wonderful. And throw it back. When you throw it back, watch. You see when you go back, you see a little bit of volume there. Because it's kind of going in the opposite direction of how you just combed it. And you just keep going. Keep it going. And I'm just going to push, 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 push. All the way. Gorgeous. So, this is where the attention to detail has to come in. This is going to dry frizzy. So even if I do that, and it's more defined, look at this. These roots here, it's still going to be a little too puffy for me. I'm gonna get more mousse and I'm gonna just focus that a little bit at the roots. And I'm gonna try to calm as much frizz as possible. I like it when the side part is kind of like, it's like a side middle part kind of. It's like a little off. But you see, I'm not gonna have a part now here, which is fine. So let me think. I kind of like my hair a little bit leaning this way. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these 3 curls and then this. I feel like this is getting so complicated, but I'm just very particular about how I want my hair to be. Nice. Alrighty. Oh, and I didn't add gel yet. And like I said, I think this part of the hair is going to give you some personality. So alright, let's take down everything. Okay, last thing before I start blow drying. So I'm using the Color Wow Supernatural Spray, and I do this so I have a little bit more protection against humidity and heat. They do have one for curly hair, but I don't know where that went, and I just feel like this one works a little bit better. Alright, perfect. Let me get my dryer. So before I start drying, diffuser, this is my sister's actually. Mine is under my bed, but I didn't feel like getting it, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put everything forward, like so there's nothing behind you, and I'm going to blow dry the top of my hair. top of my hair, and then I'm gonna start to work my way down on both sides. Okay? We are done. Okay, so my hair is like 80% dry. There's a little bit of moisture in it, but I kind of let the rest air dry, so I don't fully dry with the diffuser. When it's like mostly dry, I kind of stop. Finishing touches. This is like my favorite oil. I think it smells so exotic, but like a little classy too. Moroccan oil. I just put about one. Let's do two pumps. It smells so good. I'm gonna separate the hair. I'm just gonna squeeze that in, especially at the ends. I feel like it's necessary to add an oil at the end because I don't know, it smells good and it's good for your hair. Like it's good to seal the ends with that. Adding oil to the end of my hair, which I've always done, but making sure to do that, that's like one thing I always make sure to do. That's what gives me a lot of my length.
Oh my god.
Okay. And I retained more length when I make sure to be consistent with the oil, because it doesn't just stop here. I put oil in my scalp as well. And look, at night, this is what I do. I put this oil in my hair. This is a black seed oil from Vatika. I've been using Vatika since I was a kid, and their products are good. I tilt my hair back like this, right? And then I tie it. I do one of these twists, and then I would usually put a claw clip in like that, and then I just take a scarf and then I wrap my hair like that, you know? So I want to come in like the light to show you guys. This is the results here, as you can see. I have shorter layers in the front and then longer in the back. I kind of cut my hair in a way so like I was like, oh, let's just make sure it cascades, and then that'll be my cut. This side is a little longer, whatever. No one even notices, so it's fine. You see how like the part isn't super defined? That's kind of the way I like it, you know? And I feel like it's nice and balanced on both sides of my face, and that's what I need. But yeah, and you know, day 2 hair, day 3, it's gonna look a lot better. Right now it's just, you know, doing this little thing. Oh, wait, oh, woo! Yes, that is the completed hair routine. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you have questions, let me know. Thanks.